The removal of 15 months without period, I think everyone has seen this news already.
Yes.
So we have taken some time to analyze with the team who will be the one that will benefit from this.
Yeah, so we will share like what exactly is removed, what to take note of for HDB, like for private property owners who want to right size, what to take note of lah.
Correct. And I think importantly, we need to know why in the first place this rule was being introduced. Then we can understand what market was being controlled and where this market will now go to, right? So because after this removal, these past 3 days, I heard a lot of people saying things like, "Oh, HDB price will go up." That's one thing that
There'll be
I heard.
more demand.
Yeah, that's one thing I heard. Also my wife colleague also said that, hey, very happy now I can quickly sell my condo and downgrade to a bigger 5-room. So this is also what I heard on the ground so far.
This news was announced on 28 July that this 15 months without period will be removed. So for now, you don't need to wait anymore. If you sell, you can straight away purchase a HDB. Or even you can buy a HDB and then within 6 months of completion, then you dispose. But
Correct.
must be within 6 months lah.
Correct. So on top of this 15 months without and also to dispose first before they can buy, there was also another exception for age 55 and above.
Yes.
They can buy immediately without waiting, but only 4-room and smaller.
Yes.
So this is very key thing, 4-room and smaller. We will see, later I'll show you some data, what happened after September 2022. What has changed after that, okay? So also in this article, it's mentioned that HDB resale market has shown sign of stabilization, which the government wanted, have been working very hard to make this happen. And also, further, it will be supported by a large number of new flats coming into MOP. And we will show you the numbers of flats going to MOP in the next few years. So a bit about the policy timeline since 2021. I'm sure we all know after COVID, there was a huge demand for resale flat, causing the price to go up very drastically.
Due to the BTO, the delay in the BTO construction during COVID period. So the waiting time drags longer. So those buyers, they think they prefer not to wait for so long and then they turn to resale.
That's correct. So that caused the price to surge quite a lot during that period. So government has to step in to control the market. First thing they did was this back in 2021, reduced from 90% to 85%. Not much impact. The price still went up. Second impact was the decrease from 85 to 80% loan and the introduction of the 15 months. So this is the key thing. This was introduced in September 2022. Okay. Thereafter also another drop in the loan from 80% to 75%. Continuing goal is basically to ensure public housing is affordable and accessible. So what has changed?
So based on this, right, we will see the previous rule is that there is this 15 months after disposing of the private property, but now you no longer have to wait. Financial wise, this one must take note. This is only applicable for those buyers who will not take up HDB loan. The sequence of the transaction, previously you had to dispose first and then wait 15 months. Whereas now you can even buy the HDB flat first and then within 6 months of completion to dispose of the private property. So take note is all private property have to be disposed, including overseas.
This provide a bit of convenience so that especially seniors who want to cash out their profit for retirement, right? They don't have to sell, rent,
yes,
and buy. They can buy the HDB first, collect the keys, then move over first, then they sell their private.
So it's more like a smoother transition to
Correct.
your new house. Take note, the 30-month wait-out period after disposal of private property still applies if, right, you are buying subsidized flat like BTO, resale flat with grants. If you are still taking grants, then you have to wait for 30 months. And also like even EC, brand new EC, if you buy from developer, this rule still apply. And also if you are taking HDB loan. Yeah.
So I think this is to protect first-time buyer so that they have access to the BTO, the resale flat, without this group of people coming in with very strong buying power.
Correct.
To buy everything away.
Yeah.
So it's to protect the first-time buyers. So who are the ones that will benefit from this removal? Basically are people who I call the flexibility seeker. The one I mentioned about my wife's colleague saying that, hey, I can sell my private and buy a 5-room now. They want the space. They want the convenience to MRT station or to school. Okay, so these are the ones they are able to cash out immediately now. The right sizes are the ones who feel they are the private homeowners. They can cash out. They can move to a HDB without waiting until they are 55 and above. I think that was the hinder for a lot of private owners. They don't want to go and move twice. They don't want to move to a rental, then move to HDB. So we feel the right sizes are going to benefit from this. Seniors are the one who can finally, their children might have moved out the house, just the two of them, or the house is way too big for them to maintain and to clean. So they are planning to sell to cash out profit, buy a 4-room, 5-room.
Retirement.
Cash out for retirement. So the seniors will benefit from this without waiting for 55 years old. Imagine the time you were 53, 52, still will few more years before you can do so. Yeah. So now they can easily go and buy a 5-room without the wait. Who we think will be affected the most here is the landlords. They will face a lower rental demand because in the past this rule came up causing everyone the need to rent for 15 months or more. And the landlord are the one who benefited.
Because there's more demand for rental during this transition. So now this group of people, they can straight away buy right size. So the rental, we see that there might be a lower demand for it.
There's drop in demand for rental, especially the bigger flats.
Why did the government decide to remove this 15-month now? Basically, we can see that the HDB resale price index has dropped consecutively for 7 quarters. The growth rate has slowed down. For the past 2 quarters, it has gone into negative growth. The thing is, even if we have seen a lot of reports on the $1 million HDB, we might think that the HDB market is really very rosy. Well, a lot of flats are able to reach 1 million.
1.7 million.
Yes, the highest I think 1.7. So, but all these news are maybe a bit rosy, but they are only make up, let's say for the latest quarter, in quarter 2, they make up 7.7% of the total HDB resale transaction. So they are just a little small minority.
Right.
Majority of the transactions, they are not making as much. They are not selling as high as previously.
Correct. So you see, there's this quarter already dropped minus negative 0.4, but you see a lot of $1 million transaction, meaning the 90% HDB transaction are selling below valuation, causing the drop in the index. If not, you'll be increasing more $1 million transaction. But with more $1 million transaction, but the drop in index, meaning the 90% are not performing.
Yeah.
But what we see is on the news are all the $1 million flats.
That's why. So the government sees that the price is stabilizing now. There is no need to have this rule anymore.
Yeah.
Because still there are demand, and then of course the BTO supply will be consistently high for the next few years to come. And so they feel that there are still many factors in place to make sure that the price will stay stabilized.
Correct.
Right. So this rule, that's why can be removed for now. So at the same time, the increase in BTO supply, HDB has mentioned that they will launch 55,000 BTO flats between 2025 to 2027. So supply definitely there will be. And also MOP supply, there will be more HDB supply coming in. So overall we see that definitely no need to worry about the supply part. They have enough compared to the COVID period where they don't have enough supply. That's why price go up. So now with upcoming BTO and MOP units in place, we can foresee that the price will not go up or
Correct.
the demand will not be very high compared to the supply.
Yeah, because buyers now, they have a lot of options. Even now we have a few HDB resale, right? Buyers are coming to see, they are going to another unit to see, they're taking their own time to go and view a few property, then they choose from there, then they negotiate from there. So right now they have a lot of options. You see, in 2028, even we don't know the BTO supply yet, but you can see the MOP supply is already very high in 2028 at 19, close to 20,000 versus last year there was only 8,000 MOP. So you can see the next few years, the number of MOP is also very, very high, very new, 5-year-old. First-time buyer will definitely lean towards this HDB. ready to buy and move in,
Yeah, no need
instead
to
of
wait.
waiting for a BTO where they need to wait for another 3 years, 4 years. So this is usually the number one option from first-time buyers. So to explain a little bit using some illustrations, basically during the pre-COVID, we were in a very stable market for a good 6-7 years, from 2013 to 2019, and that's before COVID lah. So pre-COVID, housing that were enough provided BTO and in the resale, and number of demand is almost equal. Supply and demand was very balanced. Okay, in post-COVID, there was a very lack of housing options for buyer. So you can see there were like many demand, but the housing option was very little, causing the price to shoot up. And this was post-COVID 2020 all the way to 2022, before this 15 months period was introduced. So of course, there's a few other cooling measures that was introduced, like we say the loan to value decrease. So this was the key thing, government to step in to control this from going higher and higher. What they did from 2022, the without period introduced, as well as until this year, 2026, what they did was basically increasing the BTO, sales of balance, and MOP supply, giving the group of buyers a lot more options to go for. So they don't have to just go to this environment where they only got 1 or 2 options to go for, and then they quickly offer and they grab it. And we did see a slow drop here. But the drop wasn't enough. They further pump in a lot more supply right now, so they can consider a lot more options here. So right now we feel this removal of this 15 months period will introduce a new demand coming in, private downgraders, right? Again, the article did say they're supported by upcoming MOP and BTO. This supply over here is still a lot for the additional demand. We feel this will not cause the price to surge, because this group downgraders will have a specific area they want to go to, because they are downgraders, they have certain lifestyle. They will want to, they have buying power, they want to go to certain things that they want, like MRT amenities, which we'll touch on later on.
So the big question is, does it mean that, with this 15 months without period removal, does it mean that all types of HDB, they will enjoy higher demand? We can have a look at what happened when the rule was implemented. Okay, so back in 2022 September, this 15 months without period was implemented, right? Okay, so we can see that these are the 3 rooms and 4 rooms. Back in 2022, the volume is over here, right? This is the volume. But then when after this 15 months without period was implemented, right, we can see that after that 2023, 24, the volume actually didn't have much impact. Still increase in 2024, a huge increase. We can see that it's not really affected by the implementation of this rule. But what about the 5 room and the bigger
EA and EMs?
Yeah. So after 2022, right, the volume actually dropped. They no longer can meet up to the volume that was before. You see? So they are all below the 2022 volume. So that means that this group of HDB owners, right, they are more affected. The demand goes down. With the removal of this 15 months without period, right, this group will get higher demand.
The downgraders will flow towards the 5 room. Imagine you're a private owner today, downgrading, you cash out quite a big amount of money, right? I want to buy space,
Correct.
I don't want to be restricted by 3 room or 4 room. That's why you see the surge in the 3 room and 4 room after 2022. You see it increase drastically because they are restricted to only that option.
Yes.
For those seniors above 55, they can only buy that. Right now, they have options. The options open up already. I can straight away buy 5 room. I can buy EA. I can buy EM. Do a nice reno and stay there for the rest of my life. So they will really appreciate the size of the house now.
They will not want to compromise so much on their lifestyle,
Correct.
Even though they are going to right size. So not all HDB will see increase in demand. These are the factors that this group of buyer they are actually looking for: the bigger units and also good location, like near the MRT or more central or city fringe area. They are right sizing, so they will want to go for units with better views, quieter or high floor, right? And also, the layout is also important. They want to go for efficient layout, and also that the plus point will be renovated. They wouldn't have to spend so much on the renovation, and it's renovated. They will be more appeal to buy this kind of units.
So I did serve, I think 2 years ago, I did serve a private downgrader, a couple in their 70s. So they are restricted to only buying 4-room and below. So they came to my Punggol HDB. They saw the unit and they loved the location, accessible to the waterway, the cycling pathway, and also just one IRT stop to Waterway Point. And it's also a quieter area near the sports center and everything. So he was very, very sincere and very willing to purchase this. And he was someone with very strong buying power, paying in full cash. So these are the things that we hear on the ground. These are things that they are willing to pay more for because this is their final place. They want to have something very close to amenities and MRT. They will not want to go somewhere in the outskirt area. That's why we say not all HDB estate or areas will see this increase in demand. So don't go, if you're currently selling your place right now, don't go and increase your price right now because I really don't see the demand going to these areas because the downgraders really appreciate all these things and they are one with a very big buying power. Okay. That being said, we feel also the first-time buyer might be facing a lot of competition from them because first-time buyer a bit budgeted, a bit price sensitive. But the one downgrading a bit with stronger buying power, they're going to compete for all these very good attributes. They're going to go to all this. So we feel the first-time buyers might flow towards maybe the 4-room or maybe a little bit further away from amenities. Definitely the other areas will also slightly benefit. If these 4-5-room near MRT are priced very high, even the private downgraders, they also might think twice, no, I'm not going to pay so much for this. I will go to the slightly further away, still okay, maybe still near MRT, although don't have a high floor, not so renovated, I will still move a little bit further away. So we still see certain area will still benefit from this. But overall, we feel mature area, central location, like you say about Queenstown, Duxton, I feel these are the demands will go to that. Okay, so in conclusion, we feel certain areas, even 4-room, why we say 4-room, because certain area, especially the central area, they don't build many 5-rooms. The biggest are usually the 4-rooms there. So we feel certain areas, because it's more central and prime, these areas are still going to benefit, especially the bigger HDBs, the 5-room EA, EM, they're huge. HDB don't build them anymore. The EA, the EMs, they will see more demand. Okay. Transaction-wise, we're definitely going to see more private downgraders. They are ready to cash out and move into HDB. That being said, because there's a movement towards HDB, right? HDB sellers that will profit from this will also come in upgrading to private. But of course, they will upgrade more to the bigger one, 3-bedder, 4-bedder. So we see basically more movements towards the private HDB in the bigger, like those with families especially. Overall, because of whatever we said, the influx of MOP, BTO, and also the demand only in certain area, the overall HDB price, we don't think it's going to rise at all. It's going to be very stable. If you see back then in 2013 all the way to 2019, that was the very stable HDB market that we believe HDB wants to maintain, not rising too quickly, not dropping too much. So I don't think the HDB price is going to rise.
So that's all from us today regarding this this removal of the 15 months wait-out period. If you are a private property owner and you want to, are thinking of whether now is the right time, whether you should right size, contact us. We can share more about the timeline wise, how you should plan your buying and selling timeline.
Correct.
Yeah. And also if you're a HDB owner and you're thinking, now is it the time that I should sell my HDB, whether I will have more buyers looking out for my unit, just drop us a message or a call. Yes, and we will be happy to share with you more.
Okay, thank you.
Bye-bye.